Bronte fans will be interested in the film, I hope, because I'm a Bronte fan myself and I've longed for a definitive version of Wuthering Heights. I'm quite au fait with the novel since I was a small child, and although a lot of the films are extremely good, none of them really stick closely to Emily's story, and also none of them really investigate the deeper subtext of the novel. So that's what we really hope to do. I first read Wuthering Heights when I was about 6 years old, and I've read it probably upwards of 20 or 30 times since. But even when I was very young, I could see that there was a really dramatic subtext going on that wasn't just the love story between Cathy and Heathcliff. Wuthering Heights goes off on so many different levels, and that's virtually never explored. The characters' deeper motivations, why they do some of the terrible things they do and some of the wonderful things they do, are just never looked into. On top of that, when Emily wrote it, it was socially such a shocking novel that she was actually quite concerned that it would lead to her social expulsion. I would like to reintroduce some of that shock factor which we've lost with our 21st century eyes. We simply don't understand how shocking the notion was that a lady of reasonably high standing could fall in love with a gypsy, someone not from her own race, not from her own social class, and abandon all convention to be with him, at least on a soul level. I want to explore all those things, and I want to put the social pertinence back into the film that's never really been explored, and I also want to stick very closely to what Emily intended. The local community has been nothing short of outstanding in all the assistance that they've given us and the support. Local newspapers, local radio and TV have been amazing in spreading the word. Local businesses have offered to help. Locations have given their property, their premises for cost price. We've had an enormous amount of help with this so far. Everybody has been right behind us, and it's been so gratifying to know that people really do want this to be a success. As a result, we have tried to source everything we possibly can from the production from the local community. So it's a rolling thing. The community have given us so much, and we would like to give some of that back as well. The Bronte Society have been tremendously supportive. We've had international correspondence from fans in America, in Australia, one in Sri Lanka, New Zealand. There really is a fan in almost every country, and the designated societies have been really, really keen to promote the film. We've had likes and shares on social media. People are retweeting things left, right and centre. I couldn't honestly wish for more help from the Bronte Societies. We really would like to thank them very much for their help indeed, and we hope that we can live up to your expectations when we film. The local filming community in the Midlands is incredibly supportive of anything anybody does, but Wuthering Heights being such a big production, everyone has really got behind us and really given us a good push forward. I'd like to thank particularly Dave Hastings from Lightbeam Productions and Kaushi Patel from Pat the Ball Films. They are used to working on micro budgets. They're both director-producers, and they've produced some award-winning films, and they have been incredibly helpful so far. And I'm sure will continue to be so. So yeah, we would just really like to thank everybody who has helped so far, but as far as the filmmaking community is concerned, yep, they're right behind us, and it's great to know. All of the usual pre-production work's been undertaken: sourcing insurance, catering, transport, licences for children, locations licences, that type of thing. On top of that, in August last year, the costume department began swinging into action, making costumes. So there's an awful lot of work that's already been done. It's cost an awful lot of money so far, but we're pressing on, and we're moving now into the shoot phase, which is possibly the most exciting phase there is. costume department have been working for 9 months now on costume which covers a period of nearly 35 years and moves from High Court Georgian style all the way to the simpler Regency Empire line look. They've costumed for 40 cast, which is an absolutely outstanding feat given that we are running on a micro budget. The costumes are absolutely outstanding. And we're really, really proud to say that they're all locally designed. The materials are as much as possible locally sourced, and also local seamstresses have made them, and they have done an absolutely sterling job. The casting was a terribly exciting time for us, as you might imagine. We had very clear ideas about who and what we wanted. And because we wanted this to be a passion project amongst actors and crew alike, we threw it open not only on the usual actors forums, Spotlight, etc. and via casting directors, but we also put it out across social media and invited people to self-tape themselves and send an audition in. We were completely unprepared for the amount of people that applied. Hundreds for every role, and for the main roles, Cathy and Heathcliff, we whittled those down to about 150 people who came in for recalls. We whittled that down again to about 15, and of those 15, Paul Eryk Atlas walked in and absolutely owned the role, so he was chosen for our Heathcliff. What we need to make the film a reality is unfortunately cold, hard cash. We've done a massive amount in pre-production, but for production costs and shooting itself, there are some costs that we simply can't escape from. We can't get away from things like insurance, health and safety. It's vitally important that cast and crew are safe on set, and those are two things that we're just simply not prepared to skimp on. Also things like catering, fuel costs, advertising. There is an enormous amount that now needs to be done. We're going to be working with a lot of animals. We've got dogs, horses, carriages, etc. And all of those things cost a large amount of money, but they will indeed make the film. What we need from people is a little bit of assistance at this point financially, and we can make this film an absolute reality and hopefully bring it up to your expectations. I'd like to ask you all, if you possibly can, to donate as much as you can afford, whether that be £1, £10, £100, £1,000. We have a great Kickstarter going on Indigogo with some amazing one-off perks that will never be repeated again. Have a look there, support us as best you can, and help us make this film a reality. So many people, both ourselves and the wider artistic community, have put such a lot of work into this so far, and with your help we can make it an absolute reality, and I absolutely promise you that we will make the best film of the best story of all time. Thank you very much.